everyone and welcome back to Homebound Canada. If you're new here, just to let you know that this is a channel where we talk about all things home buying, home owning and home maintenance tip in Canada. So welcome to the channel for those of you who are new to this channel. Our main aim with this channel is to help you at every step of the way, to help you gain some insightful tips, to help your home buying and home owning journey more easier and smoother as much as we can. So today we'll be diving into and talking about something very important, which is again often neglected. Another aim of this channel and goal of this channel is also to talk about things that are often neglected and not given that much of an importance when it comes to home buying and home owning. But it's actually very important. Here what we are trying to do is that help you avoid those mistakes when it comes to home buying and home owning, and we just hope that via our videos you may be able to avoid those kind of mistakes and just be more careful and more vigilant when it comes to home buying. And today, having said that, we are going to talk about a very important thing, which is called home inspection. Now, if you're new to home buying or new to Canada, this must be a very new thing for you. When I was on my home buying journey and I was about to buy my home and was understanding the different procedures and process of home buying and whatnot, even home inspection was also something which was very new to me. I had not even heard about home inspection, but it's a big thing and it's very important. So first, I think we should talk about what exactly home inspection is. And then we can break down the importance and the advantage of home inspection for you guys in the long run when it comes to home buying and home owning. So let's begin. So number one, let's just talk about what exactly is home inspection. Okay, so home inspection is nothing but to get your home thoroughly checked before actually buying it. So what you can do is, once you put an intent to purchase or have reached at some kind of negotiation or any kind of conversation with your seller, and you tell them that okay, we really like the house, we'd like to buy it, and then you have signed an intent to purchase. Generally in those contracts and agreements, a house inspection is kind of mandatory, and we are allowed to ask for a house inspection before locking and finalizing everything. So house inspection is exactly that. Once you have the intent of purchase and had communication between your realtors and your sellers, then you can hire a professional house inspector who will come and thoroughly inspect the property for you. The house inspector goes through each and every nook and corner of your house and examines every part of the house, whether it comes to your electrical wiring, your plumbing, your roof, your foundation, your floors, everything, a little bit of fixtures and your light settings, whatever may affect the house in the long run and even in the short run. The house inspector comes and evaluates everything properly and gives you a detailed report on what is okay in the house, what needs work, what is absolutely a disaster in the house and needs immediate attention. So once the home inspection is done, we get everything written down on a report in a very detailed manner. Number two, let's talk about the benefits of house inspection, right? So you may have already guessed why a home inspection is necessary. But it has many benefits. First of all, the home inspector, a professional home inspector, comes to your house and checks, like I mentioned, every corner of your house. And these are the problems that only can come across once you get a proper professional inspection done, because these are the things that we cannot as a buyer see at the first glance. We can obviously see any flawed things when it comes to the paint, or like how the house looks in general, the general cleanliness of the house, or how things are maintained and kept, the backyard maintenance, or whatever it may be, that can be easily seen and can be analyzed that this is bad and this is not that bad. But a house inspector comes and actually assesses the things that we cannot assess, right? So he'll come and check your electrical wiring if it's all good. For us, there was also like a structural issue in the backyard with our roof and everything. So that is also something our house inspector let us know, that it's better to talk to the owner about it and ask them if they can get it fixed, or at least pay us for that kind of maintenance or repair if needed. So these are the things that house inspector tell you about, and even with us, even for the roofing, the house inspector did let us know that the roof is fine for now, but it may need replacement in a couple of years. So we couldn't have guessed all of this if house inspection wasn't done. And what it enabled us to do was, with that report that we got from the house inspector, what it enabled us to do and what it allowed us to do was to present that report to our seller and be like, hey, these are the problems in your house. And our house was a very old house, it's an old property, so it was very it was not a shocker for us that the house had several issues, but some issues that we found out via the home inspection was something really expensive, and it would have costed us a fortune to get these fixed. So we presented the report to the homeowner and we were like, hey, these are the issues in our house. We don't need everything fixed. We can take care of that as we move on slowly with the house. But these are the things we really like to get it fixed. If you can get it fixed, that's great. If you want to give us money to get these fixed, that is great as well. Or if you want to lower the purchase price of the home, that is great as well. So I think when we put these conditions, they select one of the three, and whatever both parties agree upon, we go with that, and then that's how the issues get resolved. So all of this process could not have been possible if house inspection was not done prior to finally locking the house and closing on everything. Okay, so next up, this one's pretty basic, but I'll just talk very briefly about it. I'll not go into much details because it's kind of obvious that this should be one of the main importance of house inspection is the safety concern. Like I just mentioned previously in my previous point, that why the house inspection is important. Just like pulling from that safety is an issue when you buy a new house. You have to make sure that everything within the house is safe. It can lead to like many hazards if it's not checked properly. There might be other safety concerns as well when it comes to water and plumbing as well. So it's good to get that checked. And that can only come across after a thorough house inspection. Even the roofing sometimes is a big safety concern, so it's good to get that checked as well. As we know that it snows a lot in Canada, so it's very essential to have a solid foundation when it comes to roofing and your roof, because the snow it snows a lot and it might just get heavy and then put a lot of pressure on your house and your roof. So it's very essential that those are thoroughly checked as well. So these kind of safety concerns, which are very, very important, can also be handled or taken care of when we get a house inspection done. So the next point I'm going to talk about is everybody's favorite topic, is like how to save money and how house inspection may prevent you from spending a lot of money in the future when it comes to your house maintenance or even renovation. What house inspection allows you to do is, or what house inspection gives us a clear idea about, is how much money you may have to spend when you have to maintain a house or a property. In the beginning, you get that report and you may be able to negotiate certain things with the seller, but you won't be, I don't think, it's very rare that the seller will take care of everything faulty in the house before selling the house to you. So there will be some things that needs to be taken care of at a later stage. So it's good to know those things that needs to be taken care of. For me, I know that I will have to replace the roof in a couple of years, probably by next summer. So I can already plan in advance and start planning for it financially, so that I'm not in a lot of mess later when the time comes. So what house inspection also enables us to do and allows us to like plan our finances, have a clear idea of how much money we may need, and even save us some money in the long run, because we'll know the issues within the house as soon as the inspection is done, and some things we can get fixed if we have the money, and if we can afford it, we can get certain things fixed at the very beginning, and some we can save for later. So house inspection also allows us to like plan our finances according to what we can afford and what we cannot afford, and I think that's a great thing when it comes to saving your money and being efficient with your finances when it comes to home maintenance or even renovations. Last but not the least, buying a home, lots of stress, lot of mental stress, emotional stress. So house inspection gives you a peace of mind, and I think that's very, very essential. We often forget about how much of stress we go through when it comes to house hunting and then buying and then getting our mortgages approved and whatnot. So in this journey, it's very essential to be sane and keep yourself sane and not stress too much about it. And home inspection is another aspect which will give you some peace of mind. When I saw my home inspection report, I was actually pretty delighted to see that there were, even though it's a very old property and I expected a lot of issues within the house, but when I actually got the report and like had a conversation with our home inspector, it was not a lot. I was very calm after I saw the house inspection report, because I really liked the house and I really wanted to buy it, but there was no chance in hell I would have bought this house if there were like 1,000 issues, which would have costed me millions and thousands of dollars, God knows how much. So it really gave me a peace of mind. So I think that is also a very essential thing that comes out of a home inspection, is it really gives you a peace of mind. And also, main point being, it makes you like your intent of purchase becomes more sure. So you become more sure of buying the house. Actually, that's a decision maker for you. House inspection is actually a deal breaker. So if the house inspection is bad, you won't buy the property. But if the house inspection is good, and you only get to the house inspection stage once you really like the house. So if it's good, then you actually buy the house and you actually know this is the house you'll be buying. So I think that peace of mind aspect is huge, which we often tend to ignore. So these were the things, important stuff with house inspection. I think I covered pretty much every point when it comes to home inspection and why it's important, how it's done, the benefits and all of that. But yeah, I have to talk about something very important, and I'm sure you all must be wondering about, which is the cost of home inspection. So even before I start to tell you how much it may cost to hire a professional home inspector or to get your home inspection done, I want to say that you should actually include this cost as a part of your closing cost. We all have our closing costs when it comes to your lawyer and your lawyer fee, your realtor fee, and your other various closing costs, which we may talk about in the near future in other videos. But I think apart from the closing costs that you already know, home inspection costs should also inherently be a part of your closing costs, because it's an essential thing to do, and you must get your home inspected before you actually lock in the house to buy it. So that's just my advice and a tip and something I'm saying from personal experience, which may help you. But having said that, a house inspection, what I paid for was $500 to get the house fully checked from top to bottom, which I think is not a lot when you see the report and when you see how everything is checked thoroughly. I think that's a very good deal. And also, if you hire a house inspector from a good company, the person who comes for home inspection, they actually give you some good advice. They tell you what we really need to worry about or what can be handled at a later stage. They offer you many tips and suggestions on house maintenance and renovations. So I think it's a very fair price that has been charged to us, $500. And as I mentioned, it gives you a peace of mind, and you know your future investment and maintenance cost, how that may look in the long run as well. So I think $500 is a pretty fair amount for a house inspection. That was it for today's video. I think I've talked about everything I know and everything I would want you guys to know about home inspection, and I hope that it helped you somehow, and it will help you when you are closer to getting your house inspected, and will also help you make an informed decision when it comes to home buying. But yeah, if you like the content, if you like the video, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, please don't stop yourself from commenting on the video as well. And that's it for today, and I will see you next week with some more home buying, more home owning, and more real estate content. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time as well.